Can you hear that sizzle? Anyways, the old Coot here, coming back at you with part 5 in my fire roasted Caponata video series. How I make Caponata. It's influenced by the Sicilians. It's also influenced by a little bit of the barbecue action that you saw in the previous videos, but by no means is it a traditional Caponata. With that being said, to recap quickly the previous 4 videos, I took all my vegetables, I cut them up, I threw them on the barbecue, got them all to have a nice little char toastiness to them. 3 or 2 minutes on each side on the barbecue, medium high heat, basically to build flavors. Get some caramelization of the natural sugars that are in the miscellaneous produce. You get an idea. So then what I did was, in a pan on very, very low heat, I brought some garlic and vegetable oil up to temperature. So this has just got a nice light toast to it, just to kind of infuse the garlic into the vegetable oil. I like using vegetable oil to fry with. That's just how I do it. Olive oil to me is like a finisher. It's something that you put in like at the end of the dish to kind of give that, you know, that nice peppery, tart almost like olive oil flavor at the very end, but not while frying. So anyways, I'm frying my peppers now in the vegetable oil. After I chopped them up, before I put them in here, I saved all this beautiful juice that's in there. I'll show you that real quick. So that's all the juice that came out of the peppers. This now is going to go into my little temporary swimming pool, right? So that can mingle. And eventually all of this with everything else is going to go back into the pan. But the trick, right, one of the tricks to how I make Caponata is to fry everything separate. So the tomatoes are going to get fried separate, the eggplant, the celery, everything gets fried separately so that you ensure consistent doneness or consistent even cooking, so that every bite is just as tender and flavorful, etc. You kind of get the idea as every other bite. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to fry off the peppers. Those are going to come out of the pan and into the temporary swimming pool. I'll probably add some more vegetable oil, and then I'm going to cook the onions. Onions, we're going to go, right now we're on like medium-ish heat. The onions are going to go almost like the garlic did. So the onions are going to cook at like a lower heat just to caramelize them, to help develop those sugars, right? That sugar flavor caramelization that will eventually carry over into our final dish. By the way, as I mentioned in the previous videos, if you happen to find like a little charred dark part that's just a little bit, you know, out of the ordinary, like this one here, just go ahead and peel it off and just toss it in the trash, just because you want to try to minimize the burnt bits that are in there. Otherwise, the burnt bits will translate over into bitterness. So the more of those burnt bits you can get out, the better. Like, see this one. I'm going to attack this one. I'll catch you in the next video. But I'm going to peel all of this off, all of this burnt part here, and just basically toss that in the trash. Anyways, with that being said, stay tuned for the next video. Links to products that I use are down below in the description, also in the comment section. Make sure to check those out. I'm the old Coot. These are just about done. I want them fork tender, but just like a little smidge less than fully cooked. Because remember, when we throw everything back into the pan and we mix it all up with our capers, our olives, and our vinegar sugar mixture, it'll finish cooking at that point and just kind of absorb everything else that's going to go into the Caponata. So stay tuned for video number 6, which is coming next. I encourage you all to check out the previous 4 videos to this one. Links are down below in the description, also in the comment section. I'm the old Coot. I'll catch you all on the next video.